personality.
So I would clearly be a lion.
That's not a dog.
Yes.
No, I think you would be like a. If you were a dog.
Dean would be a chihuahua.
No, I don't think. Well, I think Dean would be a poodle.
Yes.
I think you would be like a. Have you ever seen those mountain rescue dogs?
Yes.
Saint Bernard. That's what you would be, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I would be probably a German Shepherd.
No, you'd be a husky.
A husky? What?
Yeah, you like lead the pack all the time with, wisdom, but you can also survive alone.
I mean, yeah, maybe that is right. Yeah, huskies are very intelligent dogs. What dog would Harry be?
He'd be a pug.
Pug? Really? No.
He'd be like a bulldog.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
Mr.
sir. I
Buddha,
have a meeting with
back
Bass.
again.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, you do. Is this person accompanying you?
Yes, this is my wife, Irma.
Okay, very well.
Hey, how you doing?
At this point, pleasure. At this point in time, do you have any weaponry on you?
Yeah, I just put it on the table right there, sir.
Thank you. And how about you, Irma?
Yeah, I got one. Here you go.
Oh. Just make sure I put it in this basket over here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
You got it, or you want me to get it?
Come on. There's no left.
Chief, we have a Mr. Langford.
You guys can come in.
I think it's not locked. What the hell? Thank you. Is Bass upstairs in his office? Where are we
No,
going?
he's in his office down here.
Down here? Perfect.
After you, sir.
Welcome, gentlemen. How's it going?
We need music.
Hello, Mr. Buddha, and hello, Miss. I don't think I've met you before.
I'm Irma. I'm his wife. Irma Booty.
Oh, wow, his wife. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard
Bass,
so many good things
listen,
about you
Bass,
from
look.
Mr. Buddha.
Sorry about the text messages. I was mostly fucking around. Just piss you off because it's fun to piss you off.
I'm going.
We have a very serious
No, you-
problem here, Bass.
I'm going.
How serious are we talking?
Food.
I'm talking like 14 level serious, okay?
Okay.
Are you aware of what happened last night?
No, I just woke up like an hour ago.
Okay, so brace for it. Don't interrupt me until I'm done talking, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So I was informed this morning there was some sort of case that went down. Are you aware of Chatterbox?
Yeah, the crazy clown.
What is your opinion of this man?
He's psychotic.
Your credible witness, or in any sort of case you would ever do, and he was your only witness, would you deem him credible?
No, because he's done some crazy shit, but he's never lied to his credit, so I guess it'll be a toss-up.
Never lied. So he's crazy, but he's never lied. Are you aware that
Never
this man?
lied to me.
Are you aware that this man has been 5153 times?
Absolutely. I think I helped with one of them,
Are
actually.
you aware that Pixie Prime has given up on this man and he deemed him too psychotic to be dealt with?
That's why I said he's psychotic at times, for sure.
Are you aware
Yeah.
this man holds charges over his head of witness tampering, felonious testimonies, and obstruction of justice?
I mean, I believe you. Yes, that's Chatterbox. He's
Are
crazy.
you aware that this man, with proven reports done to the PD, hopefully you guys have saved them, but I doubt it, has attempted to blow up Brewster's Rest on multiple occasions, has attempted
remember that,
and
actually.
successfully kidnapped multiple employees, either killed them or threatened to kill them on the basis they don't quit working for the restaurant?
That was a long time ago. I remember that.
Are you aware that this man is the number1 enemy on the ban list at Brewster's Rest?
That I'm not aware of, but now I know.
Now, are you aware that this man was in court and testified that apparently I paid him $6,000. Okay, now you know how much money I make. Right? Paid him $6,000 to kidnap and murder a police officer.
Which one?
And then I brought him into the Rooster's Rest, apparently,
That one.
unmasked with an RPG and threatened to kill him. Based on this testimony, okay, I'm done yet. Based on this testimony, a raid warrant was filed and then signed off on my restaurant, and my restaurant was raided overnight.
Based on only his testimony. That's it.
Correct.
In a court of law because he testified.
Correct.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm surprised it got signed. I'm surprised an officer pushed for that. It's not good because anybody can testify X, Y, and Z. We know criminals lie on the stand, okay? Maybe some cops every now and then, but we know people lie, right? Because they'll lie and they say whatever narrative that they want to stick with the story. So I think a judge believing that.
Okay, but no, this is my point here, Bass. If this was any other if this was civilian, somebody who worked for me as CI, this, that, and the third, sure. But this is literally a man that you have agreed that is insane, has been 5150 multiple times, is literally tried to blow up the restaurant.
Should not be enough. There has to be more.
So why was this raid warrant filed in the first place, Bass?
I don't know. I have to look into it, Mr. Buddha. I have no idea why an officer thought it was a good idea to trust the word of a clown and look further than the Rooster's Rest. Okay, there has to be more than that because one testimony should not be enough to get a raid going.
I mean, think about it. He's a
And
literal
open a
clown.
case. Yeah, I mean, open a case, see what's going on, dig into it, right? See what's happening. Maybe do some undercover work, go in there and see if that's actually true or not. Use it as a way to build a case, but to actually raid somebody, I don't know if it's enough. I'm surprised it got signed by a judge.
Are you more surprised it got signed by a judge? Listen, no disrespect, but your officers need to stop taking anything that has my name in it as holy testimony just to find an excuse to come looking at my shit. I'm getting extremely tired of this, Bass. And I am a man that, back in the day, violence was always my response. And I refuse to do that nowadays unless I absolutely have to or deem necessary. But you guys are making it, this is my only way that I can feel some sort of satisfaction by kidnapping every cop, every opportunity I get.
I believe you. I think what happened recently, some people take the approach of just like, hey, I'll pull up to a cop in a traffic stop, shoot him, and drive off. And that's the way of sending a message. So I see what you're saying, Mr. Buddha. I don't want it to escalate it further. I'm going to look into it and figure out what's happened. I don't know why there was a raid on your property or business. I'm going to actually look up the search warrant right now and read it myself and look into it to figure out.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Exactly. And I'm going to have one of my captains handle this case since it's an LSPD matter and it was an LSPD officer.
You can go ahead and read it right now. We'll sit here and wait. You take all the time you need.
Let me see. Let me pull it up real quick.
Did you hear him screaming from the other side of the road?
The thing is, and
Holy shit.
I'm gonna be blunt. I was in my head, all of a sudden I had a name starting with L in my head and I couldn't get it out,
Do you want me to read this out loud?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, we already read it. Go ahead and read it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm reading the whole thing right now.
Funny as shit though.
No, not for me, shut up.
Oh man,
Yeah, dungeon at the Rooster's Rest.
What was that?
I believe the report is near.
He's let me take him down to a dungeon beneath the Rooster, or underneath the Rooster's Rest.
I'm gonna. I just changed my call sign.
No, no. Oh wait, what was it now?
382.
Are you fucking for real? God damn it, Bobby. I was gonna go for 382. I went from 582 to.
Let me ask you this: how often is the Rooster's Rest empty? Like nobody's there at all?
I mean, we don't open during the days, and you know, as of recent, we've had customers again. So during the
I'm
nights,
thinking here. I mean, if Chatterbox saw you with an RPG in your back, what kind of risk was wouldn't somebody else seen you? Because it's a pretty popular area, right?
of course.
So it's
Why
a
would I
crazy
ever
claim.
walk into my own restaurant with an RPG unmasked bass? You know I'm not that stupid. I might do reckless
know,
things here,
I
but I
know.
would never put that restaurant at risk, and you know that for a fact.
I'm surprised you believed him. Okay, this is definitely outrageous. Okay, him claiming this in a bench trial. Yeah, sure, it's a testimony if somebody's on the stand. However, it doesn't have much legwork. There's no evidence in fact supporting this claim. It's only a testimony.
Be on the lookout for a clown mask.
Now you have been arrested with Speedy in the past 8 days, and Speedy did have an RPG yesterday, right?
Okay,
think trying to
now
place
no,
two
no,
and
no,
two
no, no,
together-
no, 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 let's just dissect this, okay? Because this is what your officers are gonna do, right? They're gonna use any sort of coincidence or any sort of any straw they can grasp for as an excuse, and that excuse will then be accepted. They'll move on and do this again. Okay? So you're gonna use the situation with Speedy last night as the excuse as to why this happened, right? Now, I was never
I don't think it's
charged.
enough, though.
Let me finish. I was never charged or any sort of accomplice to what Speedy did. I was never questioned about anything that Speedy did. Okay? And let's pretend that this was the case for a second. Nothing else was raided. Nothing else was touched. Nothing else of mine was shut down. The only thing conveniently that was shut down and raided was what this clown testified in court. Can we just please stop, pretending there's these other reasons that influence this and just, be open and honest as to why this actually happened?
I mean, I would love to know why they actually went with this. And that's why I need to ask the officers who were involved why the hell they thought this was a good idea. Because I'll be honest, based on everything presented and those 4 reports, I think it's a bit of a reach to say that you had an RPG in your business. And on top of it, like I said, if there was a picture of you walking into the Rooster's Rest with an RPG in your back, or you being in a close proximity and having such weapon at the property of the Rooster's Rest, and then there's a testimony of Chatterbox, okay, there's 2 and 2 together we can add and start looking deeper. But based on his only testimony, and there was no other indication that said things happen, where's the probable cause? Because I feel like this sets up a very dangerous territory that we can enter, that anybody could lie and use as evidence and testimony to fuck somebody over, and I don't like it.
Correct. And now my issue is here, Bass. We both know nothing I say or do, or even if I take this to court, is going to change anything. So I'm here to simply plea for the case of actually dealing with this fucking problem, because I am sick and tired of whenever my name has come up, it goes for an instant raid just because it's my fucking name. Then everybody stops thinking past that.
Mr. Buddha, I do apologize, okay? But like I said, I do have to ask the officers involved, get this out of the story, and go from there. And I can assure you, there'll be an internal investigation launched regarding this. I'm gonna have Captain Bundy preside over it, okay? As kind of like the, part of like the boardie of this investigation, and come up with either a resolution that makes sense and something that will be within the satisfactory of what happened to your business, okay? So
I would like you
I'm
to
gonna look
ask
into
to not have Bundy involved in this, because he is part of that problem.
okay. All right. How do you feel about Captain Martel?
She is good.
Okay, then I'll have Martel work on it then.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. And like I said, I would love to hear the side of the story and figure out what happened. And we'll go from there. And like I said, I'm actually flabbergasted over the fact this got signed. I'm actually surprised because
You got to understand how many people this affects, and then you got to look beyond that and understand the precedent that this is starting to set. You're gonna catch me on some shit I'm actually fucking doing, because you know I do a lot. Put in the time and effort to investigate that shit.
I don't disagree, Mr. Boot. I think this seems to be a reach. It's like grasping for straws instead of trying to actually lay a foundation and build concrete evidence and facts to support their claim.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Thank
Guys,
you for coming down and
Martel,
talking to me,
like,
Mr. Buddha. And I
she
appreciate
might
you coming
seem
down
like
here
all
with
jokes
the
and
calm
memes,
approach
but she
instead of
actually
being
like
like
doesn't give
everybody
a
else in the
fuck
city. When something go wrong with the
who it
people, they
is
use
when it comes
violence
to
and
get
so-
shit done.
So I respect the hell out of you for coming down here and talking to me man to man. So I really appreciate it. I'll make sure I take this seriously.
Yes, sir. Call me whenever you need. I will be around.
All right, of course.
You're a good leader of this police department, Bass.
Thank you,
One
miss.
day
Thank you.
you will be a good employee for my husband.
Oh, well. Oh, actually, Mr. Buddha. Speaking of employee, that thing we talked about, the donation. Are you still down for it, or just kind of left a bitter taste in your mouth? And I completely understand if you want to donate afterwards.
Let's take it one step at a time and resolve the situation. Because if I'm gonna keep getting harassed by these officers when they have millions of other reasons to come after me,
Nice, Collins.
I will lose my mind. And I'll be like everybody else in this
All
fucking
right.
city.
No, fair enough. Okay, you know what? We'll actually speak on our words then when it comes to this. Don't worry. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. I'll see you out there, fellas and lady.
I don't think I've ever had so much to say but kept quiet as I did in that room.
Yeah.
So wait, all this happened today?
This all happened last night. I woke up at this shit show this morning.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like it's just crazy because they have so many reasons that if they even just looked a little bit to fuck me completely, they always take the most illogical reasons to come after me.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? He kept saying, I don't know how this thing got signed, but I don't really... Here's the thing. The officers are the ones that supply the judges with the information that leads to the warrant. Or the raid in this circumstance. So if the officer supplies insufficient evidence or evidence that is sufficient but fabricated or evidence that fits the narrative, they know that the raid will be signed. So the issue comes from the root, which is the officer asking for the raid in the first place, not the judge.
Oh yeah, that's why they're using that kicker with the speedy incident the other day as the reason. But that's bullshit, and it's clearly bullshit because nothing else of mine was raided. It was literally Rooster's Rest that was conveniently the only thing mentioned in Chatterbox's testimony.
I mean, if this was true, technically, shouldn't all of Cerberus's business been raided through you?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Absolutely ridiculous. And I say, yeah, I'm sick and tired of this. If the cops come after me for things that I've actually done, then sure, I get it. I fucked up, but this is literally just pure harassment.
But what about like what? So the RPG. What if somebody gets found with like a, well, like an AP pistol?
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I don't know. It's that has just set a terrible precedent. Like I don't think people understand how huge that actually is. What just happened there?
Yeah, no.
Last night, sorry.
Yeah, it's very problematic. What happened to you last night? I went in and shot down Castman, and I got gotten down by a guy or girl, I think.
Oh, I just got obliterated by the cops. You know.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy, but it was sick.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, like if they raided me there and pushed the combos on me there, then sure, you know what I mean. Like
fair, yeah.
I can swallow that fucking pill.
But then when you're sleeping at night, you wake up. Yeah, I get it.
It's just fucking mind-boggling.
Nancy, in other terms, Nancy sent me the NDA. I approved it.
Yeah,
It
we
looked
spoke this
good. It was
morning.
a little bit. It was a little bit too convoluted for my taste. Sometimes lawyers they tend to think that just because you use convoluted terminology, it makes the contract good. But this is not true.
I agree with that.
But
as long as you
I
approve
read
it, I
it.
think that's good.
All right, let me lock this. Yeah, I read it. I approved it.
We
Seems
literally we just said the emperor
Huh?
and he was summoned.
We said your name like 3 times and then you showed up. That was pretty impressive.
Yes, boys. Yes, sir. Come to the office, Leslie.